Hey guys, this is NerdingOutNar. I'm here reviewing Oathbound, which cat weirdo. Hmm. Oathbound, a Western fantasy from what I'm reading by now, created by Kevin Koff and Paul Gorey. Sorry if my pronunciation isn't on par with, with many things today. I've been reading. I'm like, oh my god, I suck with pronunciation lately. What's wrong, cat? Meow, meow. Okay, back to the review. um, this is a very interesting series. I mean, it's the first issue, and already I'm like, this is very. It's odd. I love the way he opened it up because just like in Western films, you know how it says starring, and they show like little panels with the name, like swap it around here. He does something similar like this in this comic, and it was like, oh, I like the feel. I like the feel, but I like how he threw me a curveball. Well, they threw me a curveball because I'm reading and it's like, okay, Western. Guy Grover, if I'm saying his name correctly, and his band of outlaws are robbing a carriage. Okay. And then I just seen them with. See, that's the whole starring thing I told y'all about. Racing chickens. Now, normally people be thrown off. Well, not a lot of people, but some people be thrown off by why they're riding giant chickens. But me as a Final Fantasy fan, I love chocobos, and that's what this reminded me of. It reminded me of chocobos, and I don't know why, even though it says bang bang right there, all I picture is the chocobo beat in my head. Do 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 do. Like the whole chocobo theme popped in my head, and it made it all the better. The character Grover though seems to be the leader of the outlaws, and while sorry guys, I just got out of work, so I'm kind of tired and stuff. Meow, you can wait. Meow. My cat likes to argue with me when I do videos. I don't know why, but the pacing of the story is really done well. For the first issue, is really done well because not only we get to see how Grover is as a character with his, I guess you could say his skilled leadership in some points because he follows by a code. He's a thief, not a murderer, which I kind of like that. It gives him more like of a sense of honor until later on when you read, you realize Grover has like a, I guess you could say a dark side to him. But the best part is that not only there's racing chickens, is the fact that we get introduced to La- Lara, Lyra, Lyra. I think she tells them to call her, if I remember correctly, who's basically an enslaved elf. So this is where I'm starting saying, oh, they got elves in here now. I like that. And it turns out, um, she thought Grover wasn't gonna set her free. Apparently, because she was really worried. She's right here saying, "Look, these guys are terrified of you, you know." And she kind of burst out saying, "You humans got worse pronunciation when trying to say certain names, so just call me Lyra." And I started laughing because I'm like, "This, yeah, humans got bad pronunciations at some points, so she ain't that far wrong with that." But instead of doing what bandits do, you know, rob and leave, he actually broke the chains off her. So he basically helped her become a free elf, and the two basically became friends or kind of like a father daughter type thing. And then he does a time skip because it looks mostly it's a time skip, which is done really well. It's not horrible because she basically explains what happens afterwards, like how she was accepted into the outlaws and how she um spent her life with Papa, aka Grover. I'm hoping I'm saying his name right. I'm hoping Papa is Grover because I get names mixed up, and the only two names I heard so far besides the person they robbed was Lyra and Grover. So sorry if I'm getting names mixed up. Oh, and the art and the coloring is beautiful. I love it. I hope they don't change it. I hope they keep it like this because I like the way it looks. Oh, these guys. I, when they introduced orcs, I was like, there's orcs in here now? Well, I figure because they got elves. And the one thing that stuck out in my head was that orc with the top hat. Yeah, there's an orc with a freaking top hat. Which basically they smell elven flesh and they like elven meat more than like human meat. So yeah. But I'm not trying to ruin so much of the story. I want y'all to go check it out. But I'm going to tell you a little bit what's going on here. With the time skip applied, basically we start off at Lara's birthday. Lyra. Sorry guys, I suck today. But the best part about this is that not only we get to see how Grover or Papa is acting right now. He seems a little more aged. He's clearly an alcoholic of a sense, but he's real sharp because when he goes into combat with these orcs, he lays, I think, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. He lays out 4 of them. Which now I'm curious what's going to happen. But a human laying out 4 orcs is pretty awesome. So you could tell that this guy Grover knows how to handle himself really well. So even though he's a thief, he can still stand his ground, which I like that. But there's one little thing that's bothering me. I hope Paul and Kevin, or the creators of this story, start revealing a little more. Is that why does Grover has like a dark version of himself, like talking to him behind his ear? It's like he's doing all this stuff. He's fighting the orcs, or I'm trying to avoid them, and this dark entity of himself is like, yeah, run away. That's all you're good for. That. Basically, making Grover sound like a coward, even though he took out some orcs. So this got me wondering: is he like possessed or cursed? Most likely cursed, because I don't think he's possessed. Because this entity, whatever it is, or his, it could be psychological. It could be like a split personality or whatnot. But Grover actually acknowledges him, saying, "Oh, you never told me who you are," and that's really interesting because I'm wondering if the elven chick knows about this little problem Papa's having about his little demented, schizophrenic other self. Unless that's the alcohol doing it, but I'm pretty sure alcohol wouldn't affect you that far throughout the day when you're fighting orcs. And then we go. See, this is the thing I was talking about. How it says starring as the writer, Paul Gorey as the artist. I love the way they did this because it makes me feel like I'm watching a Western movie. But the pace of the story is really good. I tried so hard not to put too much spoilers in this one because it's a story that you have to read to get a good grasp of what might happen in issue 2. And this is something I'm really curious about because it's not every day you see Western and fantasy put together. Well, of course, people will say, what about certain aspects of Final Fantasy, or certain aspects of Fable, or certain aspects of what's that other fantasy story? There's another one like similar like it. But the way this is dated on around the 1800s. Apparently, from the last date I checked in this book, it was 1888. So it's more like old Western with fantasy. So that's kind of cool how they're doing that. But I'm really curious about what's going to happen on the next chapter. And this video has already exceeded my normal limit because this is like a 9-minute video right now. If y'all made it to the end of the video, thank y'all. Check out the series. It should be on your local comic book store app. If you want to purchase it there or your local comic book store, check it out. I can't wait for issue 2, and I have a lot more reading to do. And I'll see y'all in the next video.